What's up? How you doing today? Like, so I feel a little bit down today, and I'm not mad, I'm not angry, but I feel sad. So, I hope you all are doing good and having a good time. Today I'm going to do this thing, and it will be as unfiltered as possible. Just accept the way how I express what I want to express or what I'm about to say. So I've been away from social media for a couple of weeks now, almost like a month, and it's because of my health. I'm not too well, or I've not been too well, and I'm still not too well. So there's a lot going on social media, but I'm the kind of person, like I'm a cheerful person. I'm a bubbly kind of person. So if I don't feel a certain type of way, I'm not going to put anything out there. That's not real. That's not me. So I've been away from social media for a while. Now, I decided to myself that I'm not even going to go on social media anytime soon until I feel a lot better. So I've been away just trying to recuperate, take the treatment, the medical treatment that I'm on, just to be able to gain my strength and my health back. But then in the process, I went online to, update some of my platforms because it's been a while. So I was just checking in to kind of, keep it updated. And then I saw this video with the president. I think he was preaching at his church. And he said in the video, rehab is very safe. Rehab is like Miami.
They're jogging in Rehab. You're not jogging now. So when somebody says, oh, the man say, Rehab is just like Miami. Yes, Rehab is just like Miami. Rehab is just like Miami.
So I'm like, okay, but rehab is not Liberia. So do you really take pleasure in just saying that one part of Liberia is safe? What about the bulk of Liberia, the rest of Liberia? What's happening? Don't you take pride in saying my country as a whole is safe? And let me tell you why I'm so troubled about this thing. Like, I have a lot of emotions going right now because it's very stressful and traumatizing for me. I had an experience like a week ago. So like I said, I've been sick. So 2 weeks, I've been I've been at home just taking indoor at home, just taking treatment. So when I felt a little bit okay, I decided to go outside, at least for sunshine, for nature, the breeze and everything. So I decided to go on the beach. And usually I will go on the 15th Street beach. So I went there to sit. And I decided to jog a little bit, like 2 p.m., hot sun in Liberia. I went out there. There were a few guys on the beach. So I sat for a while, and then I decided to jog. So after I went like 3, rounds, I decided to sit and just drink some bit of water just to rest myself. Now these 2 guys in clean clothes, I saw them walking towards me, where I was sitting. And they looked like any other person walking along the beach. So when they were approaching me, then they bent towards me. And then one of them was like, sis, can I get some water to drink? But immediately he talked. And then I looked at the face. I was like, I'm done. Because They were wearing clean clothes, but you could see that they were Zogos. I don't even know whatever name they have for them now. So when he asked me for the water, I took the bottle. I was drinking a bottle of water. So I took the bottle of water and I handed it to the one who asked me. And he stretched out his hands to take the water. Then the next one had already reached towards me also. And then I had on my waist bag. So he put his hands on my waist bag and he's like, I like your bag. So I said, thank you. But then that's not all. He started to unfasten my waist bag. So I was like, please, I beg you guys, don't take my bag. And then the one who asked me for the water, that was just all, diversion. So the one who asked me for the water, he didn't take it from my hand like the water. I was still having the water in my hand. And instead, he put his hands in his pocket and started to haul out a knife. And then he told me, if you say any other word, I will juke you. I will harm you. So I just put my hands up and they unfastened my waist bag with my phone. I had some money there, my ID card, and what else? Just a few other things. And they ran off. But up till today, I'm still living with that trauma. I'm still living with the stress. It's stressful. Hot sun, 2:40 p.m. Broad daylight. And now, during all of this thing, then I realized the other people that I met on the beach, they were not there. They had left also from on the beach. So I was kind of alone. But there was one guy who was, pooping on the beach. And he saw everything that happened. So immediately those guys took my waist bag and started running off. He just jumped down from where he was and he came towards me and he's like, oh, B-sis, what happened? They took something from me. I said, yes. In that moment, I wasn't even thinking about what they took from me. It's my life that I was thinking about, how I came very close to being harmed. But it's all by the grace of God. That's the only person I'm giving glory to. But this thing has been stressing me. It has been traumatizing me. Even coming back to Liberia, I told my partner, there's only one thing that I fear the most in coming back to Liberia is the harassment from those Zogos. It's like my greatest fear. And it has happened again to me. So, I was so disturbed. And no, in that moment, I wasn't really disturbed. It's like I'm still trying to figure out what had happened, but I'm grateful that I'm still alive and unharmed. And I don't know. So when this guy came over to me and he's like, oh, they took something from you and he tried to, talk to me. I said, yes. Then I found myself telling him, yes, they took my bag with my phone and some cash and everything in it. But if you can help me to get it, I will give you money. I will give you $100 US. And that boy took off his slippers, knocked it at them and said, B-sis, hold my slipper. And he started to run behind them. If it's anything that I have to point those guys out, I can do that because I still remember their faces. Their faces live rent-free in my head. Like every night I go to bed, I see their faces. It's very traumatizing. It's stressful. We are here telling people to come to Liberia for tourism. Is this the safe Liberia that we are going to show to those people, or we are going to offer those people? Is Liberia safe enough for all of those things? One leaves their house just to go out, broad daylight, and you are harmed. What measures are being put in place for these things? It's about time the government, look into these things. Put patrol officers out there to most of these places that people gather. Beach patrol officers will be really great. And then, normally I don't really pay attention to things that the Liberian president really says, right? I mean, I don't run with everything. But this one, You just hold a certain part of your country, just a community, and you are proud, bragging that it can be compared to Miami. It's so safe. People can go about jogging in the night. Children can go about jogging in the night. What about in the day? In the day, people are being harmed. Different parts of Monrovia, of Liberia. What about the case of the pastor who got stabbed and wounded just for these Zogos to take his bag in Point Full? What about the case of the lady who was coming from Revival? And these same Zogos, they killed the lady. Man, I just talking right now, man. They killed a woman and put her right down on the field. How can we stop all of these things? But you are proudly talking about a community, just a community in Liberia, that you have your security there. Talking about how safe it is. How do you encourage other people to come to your country when you yourself, you don't even feel safe? How do you do that? Coming back to Liberia for somebody like me, showcasing Liberia was it's my priority. It's one of the things that motivated me to pack my bags to return to Liberia. Because being out there, I lived a life where when you say Liberia, you call Liberia names. Sometimes when you say Liberia, people don't even know. They hear it like Libya. That's how they even try to make it sound. And most times I be like, no, it's not Libya, it's Liberia. Liberia. They don't even know about Liberia. If one or two people know about Liberia, like one time the club I was performing at, once, they asked me after my performance, someone asked me after my performance, where you from? And I said Liberia. They said, oh, papa. That all they know about Liberia. So, like, what image are we giving out there? Some of us, we took it upon ourselves to return to Liberia. This is our own contribution that we are making to showcase Liberia in a positive light. But guess what? If the positivity is not there, I'm not going to force it there. I'm going to be very realistic about everything that I do. The good, the bad, the ugly, the worst, everything. The fun parts. I'm going to showcase it. We want change. And we cannot be fooling ourselves like everything is so beautiful, and then underneath we got things that are harming people. We got to be realistic. So that video with the president talking about my rehab is safe, and he's so happy. That video with the Liberian president talking about rehab, is safe. It can be compared to Miami. That video was very troubling. I didn't intend to make, my video about my experience on the beach today. No. But when I saw that video yesterday, I just felt so sad in my heart. How can the people president be so happy just to talk about a community in Liberia? What about the entire Liberia? Don't you think that's something you should boast of to other nations, to other countries out there, talking about how safe your country is? But if you can only talk about just a community in your country where you live and you have your securities, everything there, then you're boasting about it, that's sad. It's really sad. And now, after the whole beach, episode, I decided to go to the police station to, make my case, to report the case. Baby, what our police station name?
Salem Police Station, Airfield.
Salem?
Salem, S-A-L-E-M.
Salem. So after I got home, from the beach, the entire thing, because there was a lot of people came around, talking, suggesting, making suggestions. Oh, we know the people, we can recognize the guys who did it. Let's go to this place, let's go to that place. And they have one person in Liberia, where especially in the whole Cinco belt, once things get missing from you, you say that name. I mean, like they will suggest him that you guys go to one man devil. So if you go to that place, you meet that man. It's almost like he controls this entire belt, and he knows all of the Zogos, or people that are around here who do stuff. So he will have it under control or try to find the person, whatever. I don't even know. But it was just a whole lot. So I decided to go home, take a shower, put myself together, and see what next to do. When I got home, I took a shower, calmed down a little bit. Then me and my husband, we decided to go to the police station. And we went to the police. We decided to go to the police station. We went to the police station in our belt here, the Salem police station, airfield, right behind Sharks. Yeah. So we went there, and we met this officer, one Brained Niemplu. He's the officer that we met, and he took down our case. Gave me a sheet of pen and paper, and I wrote down everything that happened to me. Telephone number, name, location, the entire stuff that happened, I wrote them down. And while we were still there, he made a call. And he said on the phone, if I really remember what he said, he was like, oh, somebody stole phone from on the beach there on 15th Street in your area, in your terrain. So I want you to get your boys then together, to, I don't remember the entire part, but I was like, who is this guy calling? Is he calling like the same people? Anyways, we went there, to see what they could do. So I guess he was doing his job. And then they took us, Now, this same boy who ran behind these people, he came back to me, and earlier on, these same two guys who robbed me, they had gone in another community to ask for someone. So there was a boy also who recognized these people, and he said, oh, those two guys, I remember them. They came to ask for Solo. This person this morning, they were asking, the question like, who controls this side of the beach? And we said it's Solo. So they said, okay, they were going to meet Solo. So with that info, this boy who was carrying us around, his name is Peter. Peter was like, okay, then let's go and meet Solo. So he went to Solo, and, he talked to Solo. And Solo was like, oh, but then I know who did it. It's Awoki and I think Teddy Rad. Those were the two names they called. Awoki and Teddy Rad. They were the ones who came to see me this morning. So with that information, it's like a solid information. So Peter now, he was like, okay, pieces, I know where these people are. So when you're coming, you can bring police with you, and we will go there. So we explained this particular one to the police. So we and the police went there, two guys from the police. We went there together, and they carried us on 20th Street. So these guys, the Awoki and Teddy Ride, who robbed me, they live 20th Street. They left from 20th Street to go 15th Street to rob people. So we went there, and we didn't see them, but they showed us, one of their homes, and the police kind of left his number there, telling them, oh, if these people come, give them my number, let them call me. We left from there, and we went to, I think, 18th Street somewhere, 18th Street or so. There's a ghetto there or something. We went there also, and they did their inquiry or so, and then they told us that they were working during the night. They will further investigate, and they will get back to us. So we came home. We waited. It was Saturday. No, the incident happened on a Friday. So Saturday, we waited. Since the police said, they were sleeping over to work, we waited until the next day. We called them, and then the guy, Brained Niemplu or something, he was like, oh, I slept on duty last night, so I'm going home now. Today is my day off, so I'm going home now, but we'll keep in touch. Okay. We kept in touch. Sunday, we called, nothing. Monday, we called, now we're just getting phone ringing. No answer. So then again, we decided to do it, go after it again our own way. But everything was very fruitless. And then I decided to call Akara's Gray, Honorable Akara's Gray. So, I rang him up. When the incident happened, the reason that I didn't call him immediately is because I'm like, okay, but this is not his, terrain or something. But he popped to my head to at least give a call to see what he would, what he would do, contribute. So then I called him, and then again, the first thing he said, oh, but when the thing happened, the same day it happened, you were supposed to call me. But that's not my terrain, that's not my district. But I will see what I can do. In fact, right now, I'm currently on my way to the Salem police station also. So when I get there, I will make some inquiry and I will call you back. So I said, okay. I was like, do you want me to meet you there? He said, no. Once I get there, I will make inquiry and call you back. So I said, okay. And he did. I don't know who he met, at the office or at the police station, who was there, but he called me and he asked for my info, and he handed the phone over to the police guy who was there. And the police guy and myself talked. The first thing he's like, what's your name? I said, Wale, I said my name. And he asked for number. I'm like, but my information is at your office. Everything that I'm saying here is at your office, is at the police station. So how can you be calling me again concerning the same stuff? And he's like, okay, you know what? The person, I'm a different person. Like, I know I'm the boss of that person, brand or something he said on the phone. And I'm trying to look into this case now. So please give me the information that I need. So I said, okay. I gave him my name because he asked for my name and number. I gave him the same name and number that I left on the sheet at the police station. So they said the next day they would get back to me. I said, okay. The next day, I didn't receive any call. I called Akara's also, but nothing. The day after, nothing. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to leave this thing. Trying to put it behind me and live a normal life again, pick up the pieces and everything, and then seeing this video from the Liberian people president talking about how safe and rehab is, it just stirred everything up in me. I feel so sad. Like I said earlier, I'm not angry, I'm not mad, but I am sad that a whole president can take pride in only a community in his country to talk about how safe it is. What about the rest of the country? What about Carey Street? That you have guys running behind people with cutlasses. Why can't you put patrol officers around? This is a form of another job, this is a form of job for people. Instead of thinking about making your entire country a safe haven for people, you're only talking about one piece of community in your place, in your country, and you're happy about it. It's sad. So anybody out there who trying to come to Liberia, man, there's something he said earlier. Like I said, I don't really pay attention to all these things that be going on. Because I'm somebody who, most times people will be like, they laugh at things that, oh my God. I don't know how to put this. If it's something that will put food on my table, that will benefit me, that will bring some solution to stuff that's going on around me, okay, then I join it. But just to laugh because I say, oh, that person here is, is not there like that, then I join the bandwagon to laugh at the person. That means myself, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. It's not making any difference. If it's about solution making, okay, we talk inside and see how best we can find solutions. And this one is very, very serious. I wouldn't even join on the whole Miami thing. I live in Miami, I in Florida, I in Minnesota, and this. But just because of that particular thing that was said, rehab is safe. What about the rest of your country? There's a lot of reasons that people who out there, who outside of Liberia, they don't even want to come back. When you just think about all of these things, I'm not saying that, outside is so safe. But guess what? They create a community. They create a safe haven. They create a place where you feel safe. When I was in China, I used to wake up 3 a.m. to go for bike ride. Scooter, I would take my scooter, whatever it is, because I love these kind of things. I will wake up like 5 in the morning. I'm an athletic person. I love to run. And yeah, I know somebody will be like, oh boy, you couldn't go to the gym. You won't go outside for air. You couldn't go to the gym. I have my mat. I have my dumbbell. I have my elastic, how you call it, in band with, elastic band. And these are essential things that I know that I need, that will give me the results for how I want to look. Because it's not today I started doing these things. But going for a run, I need to get out to go for a run. So before you can bring your judgmental self to me to tell me, oh, but why you go to the gym? I have these things already at home, so I don't need the gym. And coming back to Liberia, that was a really tough decision that I made. Sometimes we out there, the depression, there's a lot that's on our heads outside also. Yes, everything is there. It's beautiful. We're getting the money and everything. But sometimes it's not easy. The peace of mind is crazy. So we think coming back to Liberia, we will get that thing that we're missing from outside. Coming here, my man told me, I don't think it's okay for you to come back. Even my family members, my sisters, they're like, sister, Wale, Jabi over there, don't come here just now. Their country here is tough. But guess what? Wale loves her country too much, man. Delisha loves her country too much. She wants to come Liberia to showcase Liberia. That Liberia, yeah. Even when I came, I still have my visa to go back. But I'm like, oh, after the electricity thing already showed itself to me, I'm like, oh, it will still improve and I stay here. Hi, woman. I still want to achieve something because I don't want to be like, if I had known I was supposed to do it or this. I don't talk about things that I don't know about. When I was outside, people tell me, say, oh, we want you to talk about this topic, and then I tell them, no, I will not talk about it because I have not lived it. I have not experienced it. So everything, 90% or 98% of everything that I talk about, I've lived it, like this experience. That day when this thing happened, I just wish I could just walk, go to the airport, grab my little. In fact, I don't even think I wanted to take anything set and just be out of Liberia. But who knows? Maybe it's about time to just get out, because I don't think I'm prepared to go through 6 more years of my life, 5-6 more years of my life in this same thing. And the Liberian people president proudly there talking, nothing can stop him. He will win the election and did. You so sure? You so sure? With all of these things happening, people crying, food business high in the country. You so sure? Oh well, we leave it for that. But I don't think I'm prepared to go through another 5 or 6 more years of my life. You know how old I will be? Those of you guys who are 24, by the time you add 6 years of your life, you don't achieve anything. And you know that 30 you not hit so. People, yeah, there are people making it for sure. Yeah. But if only 30% of your people in your country making it and the 70% are not making it, then what is it? So you know what? I will just leave it here for now, man. I've said a lot. But this is how I feel. I feel so sad.